All right, we can start. Hi everyone, welcome to a new episode of PhD the Philosophical Drama. I'm Shweta and today we are going to talk to Dr. Anurag Roy. Anurag did his PhD from Central Glass Ceramic Research Institute in India and he's currently working as a research fellow in University of Exeter in UK. So let's call Anurag over and discuss his journey of PhD, academia and more. Hey,
Hi,
hey
Shweta.
Anurag.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing well. Thank you.
Thank you so much for joining us today. I
Yeah,
hope you will have a great time answering all our questions and discussing about a lot of philosophies from your PhD and your academic life.
to be honest, I'm really excited to do that. And thank you very much for your warm welcome. And at the same time, I'm glad to join in the PhD, the philosophical drama group. And thank you, Shweta, for your kind introduction and everything. Yeah.
You're welcome. You're welcome. All right, let's get started.
Yeah.
Um, so tell me about what inspired you to do a PhD.
That's a really a complicated answer, to be honest. I can't say any straight away shortcut answer that I'm motivated by this scientist, that thing, and all. But the interesting thing about PhD, because I'm very much keen to join academics
Mm-hmm.
since childhood. So PhD is the, I think, the most suitable path to go for academics job or academical, things. So
Mm-hmm.
that is really a point of motivation. And
Okay.
secondly, of course, my parents' inspiration, I would say. They will always push me up to go for higher studies, higher
That's
studies.
sweet.
It's not a pressure, but it's always an
Mm-hmm.
inspirational things that, just go anything, not necessarily have to do PhD in your subject.
Right.
Go for
Mm-hmm.
higher opportunity if you can get it. Don't think about your age or your restriction. Just keep trying and keep trying. So that's what I'm still, keep trying. And every day I'm learning many things and to upgrade myself. And at the same time, I'm trying to upgrade my people, surrounding societies at the same time. Yeah.
That's amazing. So, was it a linear path for you? By that I mean, like there are people who do a bachelor's, who do a master's, and then directly after that join a PhD course and then do a postdoc and so on. So, was it linear for you or no?
Yeah, for me, to be honest, it's quite linear. But
Mhm.
joining PhD is a kind of accidental,
Okay.
especially I was working in one of the giant steel industry in India. I won't
Okay.
say the name, but I hope people recognize it. After
Yes,
my
I'm
master.
googling it now.
After finishing my PhD, I was joined as a research associate
Mm-hmm.
in that steel company. And then, doing my work at that time, I was just curious to know about what I'm doing actually. And to be honest, my boss was literally pushing me, at the same time my parents, that okay, it's a simple 9 to 5 job, why you are sticking with that? Your salary is secure, that's fine, but don't do any limited job. You have a full capacity to do something more beyond your limitation.
Mm-hmm.
And just try to explore the things, try to find out what is the best things you can do. And to do that, as I mentioned, that I'm too much addicted to the academics things, but when I go for the industry, it's not for me. And that realization, I could get it within just 1 year of my joining. No, this is not a good place for me to stay, really. So I need to jump in out. I need to get it out. And then I started exploring that how can I join for PhD. I was an Inspire Fellow, TST Inspire Fellow. It's
Mm-hmm.
a prestigious fellowship in India. And so, yeah, luckily or academically, I got this. And then I, joined the PhD like that way. So it's not too, complicated, but it's
Mm-hmm.
quite linear. But at the same time, to make it linear, you have to, be so much enthusiastic. And at the same time, I would say you have to be very much dreaming, what you want to achieve, what you want to see in your future. So that ambition is very, very much needed when you are going for particularly PhD, and patience
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah, of course. And I'm really glad that you had that clarity right in the beginning that, you are made for academia and not industry. And a lot of people have that question throughout their PhD. I have had that question throughout my PhD that should I be staying in academia or should I be, switching to industry or something like that, something related to science but not
Yeah.
mainstream science. Yeah, but I'm really glad that you had that clarity right in the beginning.
Yeah, I think for me, I find that in academic sector is more flexible to my potential. It in line with whatever my skills, so
Yeah.
I can manage. I have a damage control support, to get the best outcome, to get the best solution for the academic any problem.
Mm-hmm.
But in English, some machine falls or some product is not getting out properly, I don't have any solution. Typically, no solution. So
Mm-hmm.
I find as Darwin's law, I always follow the fittest is the best survival. So that is the thing. So if you have your skill and you know that okay, I'm fit for this, just go for it. Yeah, not
Yes, yes. That's right. It's
just go
as
for
straightforward
yeah
as it can be.
yeah.
Yeah. All right. So let's talk about your PhD days. How was it? Like,
It was so.
what experiences
I,
you had during your
my
PhD? Was it
taste was so foodie, to be honest. I'm a very food lover, and my group
okay?
so much foodie. In every tiny moment we celebrate. If someone paper accepted, if even someone paper rejected, if even someone date, if even any silly tiny moments, if someone got a certificate from a conference, anything, and every celebration with foods. So being in the UK, I still missing those days to getting the whole the buffet foods and a lot of things.
Right.
And really, so PhD for me is quite a foodie. And being a PhD student, I think now one of the best person who knows every single restaurant
Oh
in
yes.
yeah.
You need to know that. If you
So
have to
yeah,
spend so many years in one city and have to do so many experiments
yeah,
that don't really go according to what you have planned, then I think food or something that you really love
yeah.
is
Well,
has to be
that's
your
well
go-to.
your imagination of your motivation, to be honest. But yeah, far apart, regarding jokes apart, and the PhD days are really challenging, to be honest, because my professor was not a Bengali. Not We are not speaking
Mm-hmm.
language. So if you say that language is a barrier,
Mm-hmm.
especially in PhD, trying to communicate, it's so always language. I don't find language is at all barrier for me. So she was from Kerala, and so yeah, in initial days, we are struggling to match our vibrational level.
Right.
It's very difficult. What I'm trying to say, but she's trying to, getting back to
Convey.
me. So that was initial trade-off between our conversations, and I know it's a silly thing, but it's very important thing
No,
because
it's not
I,
really. Actually, it is important. it is important to match your frequency with your mentor,
yeah,
because
yeah,
the thought process, the way you do work, like way
yeah.
do you do science, is very very important to for your PI as well as the student to understand each other.
Very
Yeah.
difficult. And that day I realized, even after PhD, when I am making the, the minutes of my PhDs. Okay, so first thing I recognize that, okay, I can able to manage the language anyhow in the world looks like. Because India is itself a small world. We have different language, different people. So, so that's the skill I developed through my PhD. And again, the complication starts, definitely the failure of your experiment.
Yes.
Yeah. So whenever I plan something, it gets fail in many reasons. It may be fail due to the process of I'm trying to implying, or maybe some what to say, some unknown things, like maybe some chemicals delivery, or maybe some personal things that my boss is not ready to allow me to do this experiment in the lab, because so many guidelines of governments
Right.
there.
Yeah.
So this things came in during my PhD time, and really we struggled to do that. And I was working on solar cells, during my PhD.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have a very basic instrument of measuring the solar power conversion. It's actually, in general, it's actually an instrument called simulator, which is
Okay.
actually measuring the efficiency of a solar cells,
Mm-hmm.
from light to current. So how much efficiency you are getting from your module, that
Mm-hmm.
machine instrument can predict. Okay, so we don't have that, but I'm doing PhD in solar
Mm-hmm.
cells. So, then we have set up a collaboration with NCL Pune, National Chemical Laboratory Pune. I visited quite a long time to Pune. I was there, so my all PhD data, at least 40% from Pune laboratory. So that's quite a challenging thing, because
Right.
sometimes we think and we want to do something, but due to lack of instrument or the lack of other associated supports, we fail
Mm-hmm.
to do that. But we have in our dream. But I was so determined, okay, let's go anywhere in the world where I have to measure it. Let's talk to the people. And yeah, to be honest, I'm lucky that my supervisor always supported me. She just saying that you do whatever I am supporting, just let me know that what you are doing. Don't do anything without knowing me. That's it. Yeah. So I said, okay, so this is the case. I want to go there. I have approached a professor. He was ready, supported me. Are you happy to do that? So all this, official engagement is required, that I'm
Exactly.
a lot for my PhD, because my laboratory was not ready to supply me or to support me the work what I was planned.
Yes.
So that was a real struggle, to be
Yes.
honest. Yeah.
Yes. And at this point, I think we should also talk about, this aspect of a PhD or a PhD journey, where it's not just about staying in your lab and working on your experiments. It's also about developing the extra skill sets or the soft
Yeah.
skills, like how you just described about, developing collaborative atmosphere in the lab as well as outside, finding people who are working some on your topic, and they have, they can actually have reagents or something else which can actually help you,
Yeah.
and not just collaborations but also learning from your PhD about failures, how to handle failures. Also, when you were talking about your PhD was full of food, you used to go out or have food when you are celebrating someone's paper, celebrating someone's rejection. These things which come with, along with the science that you are doing. This is something which needs to be acknowledged, and we develop these things, and these things also indirectly develop your soft skills, which is an essential part of your PhD journey.
Yeah,
Uh,
always. Because I find there is somehow missing the positive vibes. So we need to create and we need to maintain the positive vibes all the time. To be honest, for my experience, essays, there is 98% are, negative things, bogus things. They can destroy your life, blah, 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 all these stuffs. But 2% is good in the world.
Yes.
But to maintain this 2% level and having an impact that can, dominating the 98% of bad things, that's very important. So that is why a very good PhD group or very good working culture is required. It's really
Yes.
where I'm lucky. I have get that one, no doubt. I should acknowledge, and but I find many people doesn't have that
Yes.
support even. But
Yes.
a working culture actually builds you a lot of things. It's not just only about, because you will get at the end of the day your PhD. That's fine. It's a
Yes.
degree.
Yes.
What you are learning through your journey, that's important to make your career more challenging in future.
Absolutely.
And some of those lessons will be very helpful, to critically make a solution of your after PhD life. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. What
Yeah.
other thing that I learned, which is the patience, definitely. But I'll say just keep patience. And second thing, justification. That's very important thing. Anything is reporting, anything somebody is stating or claiming, just think of
Mm-hmm.
your and justify to your best
Yes.
level. Yeah, just
Yes.
only one source, just verify with different source, and then you come to a conclusion in your own justification. Don't listen to it. Yeah.
Yes, yes, absolutely. I think that's a really nice way to go along and go ahead. Let's talk about taboos that people have about academic journey in itself, not just PhD, but about this whole culture of academia.
Yeah,
What?
there's a lacking of interest in higher academia, to be honest. And most of the people, when I talk to them, or if you just look at the surveys, common surveys of students, PhD students, mostly they do PhD because they are not getting any job. So I have to enroll for a PhD because I'm good in math, science, blah blah blah, all these subjects. So I can easily get a PhD, and that's all. It's good. I'm not saying it's bad. Everybody's perspective is different, but PhD is it's a love of wisdom. To be it's a technical meaning. Yeah, so being rationalized and also at the same time, very 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 much justified your ideas.
Hmm.
So this motivation is very very important, and
Yes.
somehow this motivation is at the very ground step or very foot step is missing at the entry of PhD, any students.
Yes.
uh, this motivation, when a student approaching to a host or his line manager or his PhD supervisor, whatever, so the motivation should generate so that the people will, the student will get an idea that okay, this is a great opportunity, I should go for that. But instead of that, most of the people looking, oh, this is a big university, they have a good placement, their students go abroad, their students doing very well things. But as I say, everybody's individual life is really struggleful. Everybody different story. If some of my senior got a good placement in some big company, doesn't mean I should get it. No, it's not. It's not the fact. So this understanding is somehow missing, and that, to build up this understanding, I think some type of some motivational things require, and that is lack. That is a big lacking nowadays. What happened after 4 years? They get demoralized, and started doing just finish PhD, just get a degree, get rid out of this all this situation, just get a job or something. So my point is, if you want to get a job, so study in that aspect. So PhD is is like it's like something you are adding to the society. You can add anything to the society in any way, no problem.
Yeah.
Even, for example, you can be a politician. That's fine. Politicians are also adding to the society. But being an educated, knowledgeable PhD guy is the most benefited way to add something to the society still, I believe. So I think PhD is giving the way, the path, the pathfinder, I would say, that through that you can get it something for the society. And if somebody wants to do for the society, for their system, for their culture, I think they should go for a PhD, and that of motivation is highly required when somebody is actually looking for a PhD. And another thing is that everything is now brand value nowadays. So
Yes. I think it was before as well in
but
terms of
for-
academia.
but being into the social media and
Yes.
so pop-up societies, so we are right now, everything shows as a brand value. Even a university is right now promoting themselves as a brand. Okay, it's good, I'm not against that. We need to promote like that way, but the problem is they are hiding the motivation, the actual reason of joining a PhD behind this brand. So that should
Right.
not come. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
because I see any end of the day, if a student is giving 4 years, 3 years, 5 years, 7 years of his or her PhD life, you if you are regret something after that year, that is the biggest shit thing, I would say,
Yes.
because time will never get back. So just
Yes.
think differently, try to motivate. If somebody is not motivating you, don't stop. Motivate yourself. There is many other way of motivation, many other ways. Try to communicate people,
Yes.
try to communicate, like those who are in postdocs, those who are our seniors.
Right.
Many, it is now social media, everything everywhere. So try to communicate with them like this
Yes.
way, so that you can get an understanding, a basic knowledge that, okay, what I'm going to do there, what will be the current challenge I'm going to facing. Because nowadays we can't say, oh, I don't know, that's what I jumped there. No, this is wrong statement, being a 21st century. Yeah, you know everything, but still you come, so that's your problem.
Yeah.
So that's the
Yeah.
thing.
Doing some kind of research and asking yourself questions at every
Yeah.
stage is important as to why I'm doing this, where is this going, and how is this going to contribute not just to the society but also to, for my own
Oh yeah.
benefit. I think that is also
Yeah.
something that is
Repeated,
important.
otherwise you can't get it back to the society.
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
you're doing everything for society, definitely that's a good point, but first do for yourself. once
Yes.
once
Yes.
you or the candidate get a strong base,
Mhm.
that they can do something extraordinary for the society.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, all right. So after your PhD, now you are doing a
Yeah.
postdoc, or you are a research fellow at the University of Exeter.
Mm.
So how was the transition from your PhD to your postdoc
Okay.
into your postdoc?
Here one point I would definitely say: trust is a big thing, and I have a big experience with the trust. So my journey starts at 2014, my PhD journey, and
Hmm.
was awarded a Newton Bhabha Fellowship, which is sponsored by Department of Science and Technology and British
Hmm.
Council. So during that program, I was first being in the UK in 2016 at the same university.
Okay.
2017, sorry, correct me. So 2017, I was here in the UK at the same university, same group. And until that time, I don't have any publication. So yes, 3 years passed in my PhD. I didn't have any publication. And also at that time, I was, being conducting collaboration where I can get measurement for my cells, as I mentioned. Yeah,
Hmm.
different part of the India, because I'm not allowed to travel internationally
Hmm.
during my PhD. But luckily or unluckily, I don't know, I got this Newton Bhabha Fellowship program, top 20 selection. So I visited to University of Exeter for 4 months, and here they have a very big, all the solar energy laboratory setup,
Hmm.
all most of the advanced instrument, the state of the art facilities, very good. I utilized those 4 months entirely. So I measured everything, just take the data, just take the data. And I'm glad to say that after ending my PhD, I had 11 papers,
Oh,
11 publications.
wow. Okay.
Until 3 months, 3 years of my PhD, I didn't have any single publication. And within almost 2 years, 1.5 and 2 years, I published 11 publications. And immediately I got an offer from this university that,
Hmm.
okay, there is a position vacancy, so you can come, you can join. It's a postdoctoral fellowship. So I didn't take any risk. I said, okay, I'm going. Yeah, I'm going. No chance. I was lucky actually. So because, and as I mentioned, why trust is an issue, So because see, when I applied for this Newton Bhabha host, I don't know these people. They are nothing to me, or I'm not nothing to them. So I applied in such a way. So they were agree. I agree. Okay, it's a random thing. All are going on random selection, random process. Okay, but when I came here, and hopefully they have seen me in such a dedicated way that okay, this guy doesn't have any publication or any output. To be honest, last 3 years, if you count output as a publication, then no output
Yeah.
for 3 years. And last 2 years, he published almost 10, 11 papers. So something that guy has that they can manage in their postdoctoral level. I think so that what they have noticed on me. So to be honest, so this building this trust with your university, with your colleague, especially with your PI, your supervisor, is much required, especially when you doesn't know the language, the country, the people, the environment. It's
Right.
I was completely unaware of this place, and just randomly applied just on the basis of trust. I trust him, I trust the lab, I trust this, I trust that. So all are trust, and trust should be come in both ways. It's not a single word way that I trust fine, but they didn't trust me, so I can't publish these 11 papers, or maybe I'm not here to be in live now. So all these relationships are based on the trust, and this scientific relationship, or you may say the getting in the postdoc or any higher study, just make a very good trusty relationship, or very fruitful relationship, so that there should be honor in between both parties, and at the same time the mutual trust is very important. Yeah.
Right. Right. So, you were saying that you were at the University of Exeter during your PhD. Was it the same lab that you were working in
Yeah.
for the 4 months?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. So
Yeah.
you kind of had like a rotation, a mini rotation, before
Yeah.
actually joining for
A-
your postdoc.
As I say, it's my comfort zone. So after having my PhD, I got many offers, to be honest, from
Mm-hmm.
postdoc, starting from South Korea, US, and even Germany also, and Hamburg. But I didn't join anywhere because I know this lab, I know these people previously, and I know what I can do and what is suited for me to get involved in their culture, in their environment. So as a result, struggling to get all the things from previously and starting everything from zero. So if somewhere I am already a leading, so let's
Yeah.
take a path forward.
Yeah.
That's my,
Yeah. That
but
makes
it
sense.
doesn't
Yeah.
that it stops exploring yourself. If somebody is getting somewhere in very good position, or maybe someone wants to explore many different different laboratory throughout the world, that's fine, they can
Yeah.
go, it's okay.
Yeah.
But the accidentally a good thing is that in my lab, we have 26 people in our group,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and everybody is working every different aspect if of solar,
Mm-hmm.
everything related
Mm-hmm.
to solar, but different aspects. So I got multi-diverse dimensionality of my work in my
Yeah.
group.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's a benefit also. So I
Yeah.
thought, let's stay here, come here, let's see how it happens.
Yeah, that was very fortunate. Also, I mean, again, reiterating the point that we were talking about with respect to a PhD lab, that you need good colleagues, good environment,
very much. Yeah.
good PI, and you already had kind of a sense of that happening for your postdoc as well, along with the resourcefulness of the place and all of the extra things like the variety or diversity of science that they are doing. I think that's a golden opportunity that one should definitely not miss.
Yeah.
And I'm really glad that it worked out for you.
And I also would like to add another point. Please try to be in a broad lab at least for 6 months, 4 months, 3 months, 1 month, whatever, but be an any international abroad, especially European or US based or Korean based lab, at least 1 month. It just not for your CV, it's just for your life CV, because you will get more idea how inclusion and diversity work in a group. If you
Yes,
are working with an African, Asian,
yes,
Japanese, Pakistanis, whatever, different culture, different people, and they are different PhD topics, and how you are doing. So don't
yes,
be, I'm not saying that being in your country is bad. Not like that. It's just to get an idea. Okay, this can be happen. Okay, this is exist
yes,
in the world. I don't
yes,
know. So this is very important. So that is
yes,
why in most of the standard laboratory visit, this inclusivity and diversity things are very important, and that actually help you to build your own personal skill
yes,
in
absolutely.
your
Yeah,
academic
yeah.
career. Yeah,
Exposure to cultural exchange
definitely.
is a very
Not
important part of
science,
learning.
no science, no publication. Forget about that. Just to try to communicate with different people,
Yeah.
how they are, how beautiful they are, and how you can engage your culture with their culture.
Yes,
That,
yes. Not just that, actually, I'm because I'm also working in an international place where
yeah.
my lab is a global lab. Uh, from my experience, I can tell that, the way we discuss experiments is also
Oh,
different.
yes.
uh,
Yeah.
yeah,
Definitely.
the way we
Yeah.
criticize each other's work
Yeah.
is different, and one needs to understand that, because we are coming from XYZ culture, that is the reason we are more staunch with respect to, let's say, criticism, or someone is very having a very indirect criticism which we do not really understand so
Yeah.
much because of the difference of culture.
Yeah.
Someone is really polite but they are trying to tell you something else from that, and understanding those intricacies with respect to different cultures is important. Not just important with respect to non-science based cultural exchange, but also important with respect to science based cultural exchange, because that uh, kind of fine tunes you with respect to how you talk or how you express your science or how you discuss your ideas. And I think
Exactly.
that is
So the
important.
supervisor just discuss your idea if it's not confidential to other people, and if the other peoples are some other nationality, that's the cherry on the top. So that's the thing. So
Yeah,
being global and trying to communicate with many people as we can. Yeah.
absolutely. Yes, yes. Um, do you have any final words uh, about or an advice to people who are listening to us today about how to go about in academia?
Okay.
I know it's a very broad question, but let's hear
Yes.
your
No,
thoughts.
definitely. Going coming to academia is a very straightforward way. To be honest, you don't need to be complicated, or don't need to be get struggle a lot. There is a few steps that you need to cross that we everybody did in our life or in our journey. That's it. Just simply follow. But end of the day, if you are I just want to make a strong point always. I say to my students, even those who are doing PhD under me at this moment, that end of the day, please do something for the society. That's very important. You are doing PhD, that's fine. You get a degree. End of the day, you will establish your career. You will earn a lot of money. You will be rich. All things are fine, but how we are being a PhD entity in the world,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm an added value to the existing system, existing culture. That's really important. So that motivation somehow we need to seeding up in the students. That's
Absolutely.
and just follow the straightforward route of joining PhD. That's it. And those who are master students are just looking for new PhD opportunity. I have received many emails that I need to join this lab, I need to join this lab, blah blah blah. Just one thing: whenever you are looking for a host, just a quick advice, as you say, just a quick advice: when you're looking for a host or looking for a supervisor, try to communicate with that supervisor in such a way it can combination of your existing topic or existing study and what that candidate is going to do in the host laboratory. This combination is very important. The lineup or the synchronization between this thought is very important.
Mm-hmm.
End of the day, just questioning yourself that who am I? Because in this world, why they will take me as a PhD? There are a lot of application. So make your application jolly, vibrant, and at the same time scientifically sound good. So have to the candidate has to understand that how his current skill can undergo with the upcoming host laboratory skill. That's in line in progress is very important. Of course, as a postdoc or as a senior people, there you can ask any support to anywhere, but the idea, I'm just thinking about the way that they can approach to us. And last but not the least, PhD, I am for me it's my baby. Yeah, so it's just my baby, and there is no pregnancy, there is no delivery. It's just like a baby. So how you are nourishing your baby is just nourishing your work. You know what is the best thing for your baby. You know what is the how to justify your baby's things in front of the other people. Maybe as if a people is a referee, I don't know. So you know best thing about your work. Just treat your PhD like your baby.
Those are some really, really nice thoughts.
Yeah,
It's so refreshing to hear, so many different
yeah.
perspectives, philosophical perspectives about PhD and academia. There was someone in the chats, Sneha. She said that you are really motivating, and yes, I agree with
I'm
her. These are
not
really
such a guru,
motivating
but
thoughts.
I'm just giving you the idea or some ray of hope that somehow, especially from the supervisor level, people are missing out to reach out to most of the student. They just go for work, publication work, but it's not like that. Life is beyond this. Of course, work publication is important, and what is most important is just to motivate yourself to learning yourself all the time. Yeah, there is no full stop learning. Anything you're learning, just go for watch a Netflix series. You can get some idea from there. You don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, that's very refreshing,
Yeah.
really. All right. So it's time for our rapid fire
Oh,
round.
do I get
Because
first?
um
Oh, okay. No.
well, it depends on how you answer. So let's see, because we don't have two people here, so there's no winner. But everybody wins in this show. So all right. Okay. So I have two sections for this. First section is where I will ask you two scenarios, and you have to choose one of them. Okay. So this or that. All
Mm,
right. First one, an early morning lab meeting on a Monday or a Friday late afternoon lab meeting. Which one will you choose?
early morning lab meeting in Monday.
On a Monday?
Monday.
Okay.
Yeah, not Friday late
No.
night.
Yeah, there's so many labs that have like, a 4:30 p.m. or a
We have
4 p.m. lab meeting.
that luckily on morning time. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. We don't want to ruin the Friday
No, no,
evening with a lab meeting.
is relaxment. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. All right. Second question. A tough PI with subject that you really like. So PhD in a subject that you really like with a tough PI, or a liberal PI with subject that you don't really like so much. Which one will you choose?
Always liberal PI. I that's my power. How I can manage a liberal to tough one. I can convert him. Don't worry. That's the
Okay,
person should
so
have.
you will choose a liberal PI with
Yes, yes.
and a topic that you don't really like.
No, I really, yeah. If that's the situation, then I have, I have to go that how I can convert from a liberal to tough. My PI.
Okay, all right. Okay, third one, and I think this is somehow related to all of your PhD journey. A PhD where you learn more soft skills, expand your skill sets, and have lot of character building, or a PhD where you publish 20 papers with just one tool.
Yeah, if that one two is impact factor 100, then definitely second one, no problem,
Okay.
because it's completely depends on the situation. Uh,
Okay.
Here I would like to add a most important point. After
Mm-hmm.
a certain level, the quality is important over quantity.
Yes.
But at initial of your PhD, quantity is important over quality,
Okay.
definitely. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So that's the balance. Yeah, you need.
Okay. All right. Okay. Okay. So this is now we move on to the next part. This is not this or that. This is just answer what you feel like. Uh, if you have to sum up your academic journey into one word, if you have to describe it in one word, what would that word be?
Heavy.
Okay. So intense, heavy. Yeah. Yeah. Makes sense. One thing that you dislike about your PhD journey.
Unnecessary waiting for unnecessary sign. I mean, if
Okay.
something is happy to, to sanction through email, it's
Mm-hmm.
just a have to wait for a sign for or
Okay.
some
Unnecessary
reply
signatures.
for
Yeah.
1 week, 2 weeks. It doesn't make any sense.
Right.
Yeah. So
Right.
unnecessary
The
delay.
formality.
Yeah.
Yes. 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 I agree. The last question. What is it that you miss the most about your PhD lab?
And now,
Yeah. Now.
oh, food. Always food.
No doubt about that.
I'm still missing food. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. There was one more question. What is it that you appreciate the most about your current lab, about your postdoc lab?
Oh, we have such a vibrant global team. Yeah, yeah. All people are really good, and we have almost 12 nationality people here. So yeah, we are happy.
Okay, the
Yeah,
diversity. All
yeah.
right. Yeah.
Diversity and also independency, I would say. We have a full independent, work culture.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody can do anything unless until it's harm anyone, no doubt. But we have given the full independence works to do whatever you can. Yeah.
All right. Okay. Okay. Any final words? Anything you want to add?
Yeah,
You want to say?
expand your wing, try to fly, of course, and of course if it is above some after some barrier, you will definitely fly in the sky, no doubt, but of course try to expand your wing, and about your work, about your PhD, about your everything, just treat like your own baby. I always treat like this. Okay, so this is happening to my baby. It's the children baby, not the hubby baby. Okay, by the way. Yeah. So the kids just try to behave, act as that's your kids. You know what is bad, what is you have planned. You give the birth to that. So you know everyone in the world better than yours. So better than any other people. You know the best thing about your baby.
Yeah.
Sorry. So
Yeah.
that thing, and yeah, that's it. So just dreaming,
That's a really nice metaphor, though.
keep dreaming, keep learning, and many things to do in the world. And it's okay. You don't need to be always get a PhD. There are many other ways to do your career
Thanks.
progression.
Yeah.
But as I mentioned, that for PhD, especially those who are a very higher level of academic career, uh, at the end of the day, I find do something for the society. And to do a societal job, not necessarily you have to be in the PhD. You can choose any other profession. As I say, so so just end of the day, think about that as we born. So it's our duty to do something for the society.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
if PhD is the easiest way to serve that.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Thank you so much, Anurag, for joining us
Thank-
today and blessing us with your motivating
I hope
words. I really had nice time. Yeah, and I'm sure the viewers did
a
too.
boring interview, hopefully.
I'm sorry,
I
I couldn't your
hope
voice.
it isn't a boring interview
Oh,
or
not at all. Not at all.
yeah.
Not at all. Yeah. We are really glad that you joined us.
Oh,
Thank you
it's
so much.
thank you very much, and always good to see. If there is any PhD aspirants are there, I don't know who is watching. Just
Mm-hmm.
connect me in there. Yeah,
Oh, yes.
I'm available. I'm
Absolutely.
socially very active, so just connect me. Yeah.
Oh, yes. Yes. Absolutely. And even if we have someone asking questions related to what you do or, guiding someone, we will definitely connect that person with
Yeah,
you.
yeah. And
Thank you so much for
no
offering that.
problem. No
All
problem.
right.
Thank you
All
so
right.
much. Glad to see you, and thank you all the viewers for joining. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. If you can just escape,
So
exit from the call. Yeah.
cross.
All
Yeah.
right.
Uh,
Yeah. Thank you.
thank you.
All right. Sneha says that it's so refreshing. Yes, it has been a refreshing episode. And I hope that you guys enjoyed it. And stay tuned for a new episode coming shortly. Till then, goodbye.